What did I learn? That you need to think for yourself. You can't let anyone else influence you. You listen to the facts and you make up your own mind. From now on, I'm not going to let anyone else tell me what or how to think, or what not to talk about. How dare he tell me what I can and cannot talk about? Anatomically correct dolls. Those were sex dolls. That's it. I'm making some changes in my life. From now on, I will think for myself. I will watch the political conventions and learn. I will ask questions and challenge the candidates. I demand lower taxes, equal rights for all, peace on earth, and I want another Tic Tac. I look at this Tic Tac and see that it is good. God bless this, thy holy Tic Tac. Some look at this Tic Tac and say, why? I look at this Tic Tac and say, why not? I am a strong-minded, independent man whose father plays with dolls. Sex dolls. I am proud. I am strong. And I am controlled by nothing and no one.
I don't usually go out to bars. Well, I leave my house. I'm not like a hermit or anything where it gets really crazy, but I'm meeting my friend here. It's just, you know, you go out, you meet a guy, and you either sleep with him right away and never hear from him again, or you go out to dinner another night. Well, then you have to sleep with him. Well, because he bought you drinks and dinner and probably paid $12.50 for a movie ticket. Well, $20 if it was in 3D, and that's an expensive evening, like what, $200? But then aren't you just Pretty Womaning it? And shouldn't I be worth more than $200? I mean, she was, and that was the 90s. Inflation alone, you know?
I just fucking killed Chuck. I mean, he's just laying out there. He's not moving. I don't think he's breathing. I mean, so there I was, just up on the roof with Marissa, talking, laughing, having a great time. I told her she reminds me of Sandra Bullock. I told her I loved Hope Floats, and who knew those would be the magic words. Next thing you know, our clothes are off, and we're loosening roof shingles like there's no tomorrow. And then there's biting and kissing and touching, and suddenly someone is beating on me. I mean, just pounding and growling. Yeah, growling. And I look up, and there's Chuck. And I'm like, what's the problem? And he says, the problem is, dude, you're fucking my girlfriend. So I turn to Marissa, and I say, you're somebody's girlfriend? And she goes, no. And then it comes out. Chuck just wishes she was his girlfriend, and actually she's his cousin or something. And then he starts crying. So that ruined the mood. Marissa puts her clothes back on, goes back to the party, back into the window, and I'm left with Chuck. Blubbering, whining, crying Chuck. And he starts in on how he's just this fuck up, and he should throw himself off the roof, and for a split second, I was thinking, yes! Throw yourself off the roof! Do it! But I didn't say that. What I said was, you're gonna get a girl, buddy. Just maybe not your cousin, huh? And I gave him a friendly pat on the back. A nice, manly slap on the back. And I mean, he looked heavy. Who knew he'd go flying? Who knew he'd go flying right off the roof?
Excuse me, but no. I'm gonna have to say no to that. I'm not going to do what you asked. Not now, not later, not at any time. Is that clear enough for you? You amaze me with your sense of entitlement that you think it's your, what? A right to treat women the way you do? Understand this, Mr. Cole. You cannot treat me like that any longer. I've tolerated your innuendo so far because I wanted to show that I'm a team player. And frankly, because I need this job. But you know what? What you did to Francine, the whole act, how you treated her before, what you led her to believe and how you treated her after you fucked her and then you fired her? Oh, yeah, I know all about it. I know your game, but I'm not going to play. Now you can either fire me and see me in court, or you can go play your games with the more naive female employees. Oh, don't worry. I won't say anything, but sooner or later, you'll be found out for what you really are. A lowlife who uses his position to sexually manipulate women. Tell me I'm wrong. Okay. Apology accepted. Oh, and I need a nice big raise.
I didn't ask for the anal probe. 4 years studying, starving in New York. That was my first big role. A zero-budget feature in a film about people who are taken up into spaceships and given physicals against their will. So I go into the audition, and the director is this mysterious, intense, foreign guy. And so we do a couple of improvs about aliens representing our most primal fears. And it's great. Finally, some real acting. And just before I leave, they tell me that I got the part. I mean, this is a feature. It's not a student film or anything. So I go through the script, line by line, looking for the character of John, pronounced Jan, the character that they say that I have. He's in this therapy group of people who are talking about getting these alien physicals. So I'm a pro, right? I mean, I got backstory. I even got my girlfriend with a thermometer just in case for the sense memory, right? Okay, so it's finally time to shoot the film. And they got this one big wide shot and they stop just before my line. That means they're ready for the close-up. That means I have to go sit outside, and the camera is where my chair is. So I finally come back in, and the crew is upset because it's late, and the lead actor, is gone, and they have me stare at a piece of tape right next to the camera lens that's stuck there. And the director goes,
Okay, let's try it a few more times without cutting and show me a few different colors.
I didn't ask for the anal probe. 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 That was my first paying job.
I think I have a multi-million-dollar idea. Now, you have to be secret about what I'm going to tell you, because if the other hotels get wind of it, they'll grab it in a minute. Now, I think as an experiment, you give us back all the money we lost. Imagine the publicity. I mean, the Hilton, they have billboards all over LA with the faces of the slot machine winners. Now, they only win a couple $100,000, but the Hilton gets millions of dollars worth of publicity because people drive by and they say, gee, that Hilton looks like a great place. Look at all the smiling faces. Now, maybe we do a billboard with my wife and I on it, and we'll say something like, these people dropped out of society. They couldn't take it anymore. But they made a big mistake. They lost their nest egg at the Desert Inn. But the Desert Inn gave it back. Maybe we have a visual with you giving us an egg or something. Now, I'm just fleshing out the idea so you can see how effective it'll be once it's worked out. I have clients that don't understand an idea until they see it on television. Then they go, my God, what a brilliant idea. Why didn't I understand that? Now, maybe we do a television commercial with my wife and I in it, and we would have a jingle that would maybe go something like, the Desert Inn has a heart, hey, the Desert Inn has a heart, ho, the Desert Inn has a heart, yeah. What do you think?